And you say there's justice in this country. You get a fair trial. That court's run by people like McNally. That's her should have been in here.
That will do, Coulson.
It won't.
You'd better get it to Dr. Miller.
Well, the charge hasn't been read yet.
Well, get on with it.
What is your name?
You know what my name is.
Go on.
Your name is Roslyn Louise Coulson, is that correct? You have been convicted of murder in the first degree and sentenced to life imprisonment.
Doreen, what's the matter?
You're my mother. All the time when I was a little kid and I was trying to remember something about you, all I could ever remember was how good you smelled. Like this.
Doreen,
You are, aren't you?
You want to talk about it?
You knew all the time, didn't you? You weren't going to tell me either, were you?
No.
Well, if she reckons I'm not good enough for her...
That isn't it, Doreen.
Then why couldn't she tell me?
She didn't want to hurt you more than she has already.
Well, why'd she have to come back? She's nothing like I remember her, and she's just feeling guilty. So she's trying to make up by buying stupid things. And you can give that back. I don't want it. You can tell her I never want to see her again.
I thought you liked her.
Yeah? Well, that's before I knew who she was.
So now you're angry with her because she walked out on you when you were little, right?
She's nothing like I remember her.
You were just a kid, Doreen. Maybe she had a very good reason.
Yeah? Well, I had a kid too, you know. Yeah. They said I couldn't look after him properly, so they took him away. But I didn't just dump him. I probably still would have had him if they hadn't taken him away.
Have you ever wanted to find him?
They promised they'd look after him real good. Anyhow, he wouldn't even know me now. And wouldn't want to. I hope he knows I never dumped him.
How is she? Upset? It might help if you told her why you...
No.
Not about your illness, but why you walked out on her in the first place.
The reasons don't seem important anymore.
They could be to Doreen.
It'd be better if I didn't see her again.
All right.
The only way I can help her now is to make sure she's got some financial security. It's not much to leave your only child, is it?
You can always appeal, love.
Yeah, Karen Travers did. And she had a life sentence too. Mind you, there were a few things held back at her first trial. But if you get yourself a decent lawyer this time, what have you got to lose? Oh, jeez. Has anybody seen the torch?
It was here last night.
Oh, God, if Birdsworth's been in here. Lizzie! Lizzie, you awake?
I am now.
You pinch anything from in here?
No, I ain't touched nothing.
If you want to see in the dark, light a match.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh, I'll bet.
Roz, why don't you ask to see the governor in the morning? You can appeal within a month of sentencing.
Maybe I won't be around for that long.
Now, you just listen to me, young lady. Just because you heard about Sally Lee, you can get that idea right out of your head. She was sick. You're not. You know, I had you figured for a fighter. Or at least for having a few brains. But if you're even thinking about doing yourself in, well, I reckon I must have got my wires crossed.
Even if you can't appeal, you can still be paroled after a few years.
Just leave me alone.
And she's given me a brand new typewriter. Don't know why she wants to throw her money around, but no way I'm going to say no. I wish you was here. She'd probably buy you a few things, too. Maybe even something to drink.
Yeah.
This has taken forever to type, but I'm going to work hard at it and get real good. Mrs. Hemmings reckons I'll be able to do 60 words a minute. That's real fast, in case you didn't know.
I know.
Then I can get one of them cushy jobs in an office. Be a sexy secretary and marry me boss. What do you reckon? I miss you, Lizzie. Hope you got someone nice in your room with you. I'm in Karen's room till I get used to being on my own. I reckon everything's working out real good, Lizzie. Even though I still get a bit scared sometimes.
Doreen, Mrs. Hemmings said to say goodbye. She won't bother you again.
Good.
Next time you want to pinch something, Lizzie, ask.
I was only wanting to read Dawes' letter.
You've read it once, you've read it 1,000 times.
It's the best letter I ever had.
It's the only letter you've ever had. Here, Rosie, how about joining us?
I'm all right, thanks, Pete.
Yeah, I'm the Commissioner of Police.
She's going to crack.
I've seen it happen before, and no one does a damn thing about it.
Bloody mongrels.
They're all bastards.
What's your language, Coulson?
Hey, Ros, would you like to read Dawes' letter? She's doing real well on the outside.
Shut up, Lizzie.
God, you're not even allowed to open your mouth anymore in here.
Decided to change your ways now you're in here permanently, Coulson? Or is it just the company you're keeping?
Lay off, Vera.
Don't you try telling me what to do, Smith.
I'll take that. No, it's okay. It's my job. But I'm going to maternity anyway.
Why? You haven't got a kid anymore.
Don't tell lies.
You're crazy.
Bloody liar! Get
Back to your chair. Come on, Rosie, get back.
Rosie, come on, come on.
She doesn't deserve to have a kid. I'm a good mother.
I know, love, I know.
Sam needs me.
Your attention, please. The fire alarm will be set off sometime today. You are not to panic. It will be a drill. For those of you who've not been through one before, the officers will tell you what you have to do.
God, that was quick.
Don't be ridiculous, Birdsworth.
I will not specify the time, but you are expected to treat it as a genuine alarm. You will move silently and quickly to your allotted areas and view the entire exercise as serious. Carry on.
Well, come on, you all heard the work bell. On your feet.
We'd better go, Rosie.
Yeah.
You're going to sit there all day, Hudson.
Come on.
Pat, this is in the way.
Where do you think you're going?
To the nursery.
You've been moved to the laundry.
I've got to feed Sam.
Oh, don't try that act with me, Hudson. It won't work.
Can't you see she needs help?
Rubbish. She's been cleared by the psychiatrist.
Well, that was before the baby was taken away.
You're becoming a bit of a troublemaker, O'Connell. Putting your nose in where it doesn't belong. I'd watch it if I were you.
You've got to do something about Rosie, Mrs. Jackson.
Get to the laundry immediately.
Miss Bennett won't let me see Sam.
I won't speak to you again, O'Connell.
Can't you see what this is doing to her, for heaven's sake?
What's happened? She thinks this act will get her baby back.
Well, how can you be sure that it's an act, I mean?
Look, she was all right the other day.
I'll take her to the maternity wing. Perhaps I can get through to her, make her realise the baby isn't there.
If you pander to her, she'll only get worse.
It's worth a try. Come along, Rosie.
I reckon that halfway house sounds pretty good.
Uh-huh.
You know, well, it's better than being in here. And I could learn typing.
Yeah, I can just see you sitting on your boss's knee now, Lizzie.
Yeah. If it doesn't happen soon, it'll be too late for that.
It's a pity they gave up the typing courses in here. You could have got a head start.
Yeah, that's right.
Oh, you going to tell us, or do I guess in one? Vera, right?
I have never, in all my born days, ever met anyone so mean and vicious and hard.
And stupid.
Well, she's not stupid. She knows exactly what she's doing. So help me, one of these days...
You what?
Well, I tell you, Bea, she's going to push someone too far.
Yeah, well, you better make sure it's not you. You want to be out by Christmas, remember? Besides, not all her fault, you know.
What?
Well, when they were making her, they got the ingredients all wrong. Instead of putting in sugar and spice and all things nice, they chucked in vinegar and malice and all things callous. Oh, hello, Vera. We were just wondering what sort of kid you must have been.
You were a kid once, weren't you, Miss Bennett?
Don't you ever go to another officer behind my back again, O'Connell. Well, it was hardly behind your back, Miss Bennett. And at least Mrs. Jackson's willing to listen.
If that girl needs help, like you say, then all the more reason she shouldn't be around children.
You've got a thing against mothers, haven't you? Why do you hate them so much? Did you get a raw deal from yours or something?
I'd like to speak to the governor, Miss Bennett.
What about?
It's private.
Then keep it to yourself. Hey, Pat, you're getting nearly as good as me.
I know it sounds a lifetime away, but Sam's foster parents will be allowed to bring him in to visit you. You will see him again, and soon.
He'll forget me.
No, he won't. And he will be properly looked after.
I'll never get him back.
Yes, you will. Hey, but you've got to keep a grip on yourself. Breaking down isn't going to help you or Sam. You've got to prove that you're able to look after Sam when you're out. Otherwise, you could lose him. Now, that's what happened to my mother. Don't let it happen to you.
Your mother?
You know I was born in prison. And like Sam, I was taken away when I was 1 too. But that was during the war. Well, I was sent to an orphanage. Things were much stricter in those days, and I didn't see my mother until she was released. By then I was 6. It was too late for her. She wasn't fit to be a mother. Well, that's what they said. She used to visit me every Sunday. I used to live for those Sundays.
What happened to her?
Well, one day she just didn't arrive. Found out 2 years later she died.
Oh, didn't they tell you?
Probably thought it was best I didn't know.
Haven't you ever had a home, Mrs. Jackson?
Well, by then I was 12. It was a bit late to be adopted.
Well, what about your dad?
He was killed in the war. What are you doing in here?
I just brought some clean nappies.
Well, hurry up then.
Doreen, I'm trying to work.
I'm not stopping you.
Can't you do that quietly? Why don't you practice your typing?
What good's that going to do me? Even if I could do 100 words a minute, nobody's going to give me a job.
Well, you'll never find out if you don't try.
Yeah? Well, I don't want to.
You'll only be hurting yourself, no one else. Why don't you go for a walk?
No.
Well, then stop being a nuisance.
You just want to get rid of me.
Oh, go and try on one of your new dresses. It might make you feel better.
I want to wear my own things and not something that's been handed out to me to buy me off.
But I want to stay here.
Look, it's best to keep away from reminders for a while. Perhaps in another week we'll look at it again. But in the meantime, you keep as busy as possible. All right?
You ought to keep that nutcase out of here, Mrs. Jackson. She's liable to do anything.
I'm not a nutcase.
No, you're a junkie. Same thing.
I'm cured, Latham.
Once a junkie, always a junkie.
Go to the laundry, Rosie.
Least I know who Sam's father is.
Whore! You reckon they'd let a junkie keep her kid? Ha!
You're never happy unless you're destroying, are you, Latham?
Only told her the truth. That's what they locked her up for, wasn't it? Being a junkie.
Whatever she's done, she'll make a darn sight better mother than you'll ever be.
Yeah. Yeah, you know it all, don't you, Mrs. Jackson?
You don't fool me, Latham. The only reason you're going to have that baby is because you'll have a much easier time in here.
Yeah. Sure.
You won't bat an eyelid when they take it away from you.
You know nothing about me.
And that's the way I want to keep it.
Well, let me tell you something for a change. I'm going to have this kid, and I'm going to keep it. But if it is taken away from me, I'm not giving you or anyone else the satisfaction of seeing me break down.
I don't imagine you would.
Because when I do get out, I'm going to get it back. Bit different to your mother, isn't it, Mrs. Jackson?
Shut up.
I'm going to have this kid, and I don't give a stuff if you believe me or not.
You couldn't stop thinking about yourself long enough to be a mother.
You know so much about mothers, don't you? You want to know about mine?
I'm not interested.
She was a drunk, a lush.
Out of my way.
She wasn't sober for more than 2 minutes. Couldn't even see me old man in slipping into my room. You try keeping your father out of your bed when you're 13. I went to her once for help, when I was too scared to even lock the door. Scared of what he might do to me. Yeah, I went to her for help. You know what she said? Have a drink. A drink. And she wrote herself off. So don't you go telling me about mothers and fathers and how to bring up a kid, because I've been there. And no kid of mine's ever going to feel she hasn't got a mother.
Don't you think that's being a bit childish? That typewriter cost a lot of money, Doreen. If you're not going to use it properly, then... Doreen!
Well, it's all her fault.
What's her fault?
Everything.
That's right. You go ahead and blame her for everything. You were doing all right until you found out she was your mother. Now you're acting like a spoiled brat.
Yeah, well, I never asked her for nothing.
So she wanted to help you. So what? She was trying to make up for something that happened over 20 years ago.
And I bet it made her feel real good thinking she can buy me off with stupid presents.
You don't know anything about her.
Yeah, and I wouldn't want to know. She never cared about me. Why else wouldn't she tell me who she was?
She just couldn't, that's all.
Yeah, and I know why. She doesn't think I'm good enough for her.
And you're doing everything to prove she's right. If that's what she thought.
Too bloody right.
You want a few home truths? You've got it. Your mother didn't want you to find out because she didn't want to hurt you. And not for the reasons you think. She's been given a few weeks to live, Doreen. If she's lucky, a few months. She didn't want you to have to go through losing her again.
My dear Doreen, I don't expect you to forgive me, but I can only pray that after reading this, you might one day understand. Perhaps if I'd been a stronger person 20 years ago.
Come in.
Birdsworth's outside. She's been plaguing me all morning. Says she's heard something that you ought to know.
Oh?
Well, she wouldn't tell me what it was, but it could be important.
Well, it's not like her to pass on information. You'd better show her in.
Inside.
Very well, Lizzie. What's so important that you couldn't tell Miss Bennett?
It's not so much what I heard, Mrs. Davidson. It's more like a suggestion.
If you've been wasting my time, Birdsworth.
Oh, no, Miss Bennett. It's still real important.
Then get on with it.
Well, I've been thinking. We've got the laundry and we've got the workshops and a few sewing classes, but we got nothing that could be an occupation for any of us if we get out.
Oh, don't be ludicrous.
I don't want to spend the rest of my life washing and ironing.
What did you have in mind, Lizzie?
Typing classes.
We did have typing classes before, Lizzie, but we had to cancel them through lack of interest.
Yeah, but there are a lot of younger ones in here now who'd be glad to take it on.
If, and I say if, the women are seriously interested, then I might be prepared to consider it.
It's just an excuse to get out of work.
Oh, fair go, Miss Bennett. You know we work like dogs in here.
Well, there's one way to find out if they're genuinely interested. If the classes are held before and after work.
Oh, there's only so much a person can take, Mrs. Davidson.
I think that's a good idea, Miss Bennett. But we'll have to get a typing teacher.
Oh, no need to do that. I've been through a commercial course. I'll soon find out if they're serious or not.
Well, I'll see what I can do about the typewriters, but you'd better see how many are interested before I organize it. And thank you, Lizzie.
Yeah.
But if they reckon I'm unfit, I'll never get him back.
Well, you'll just have to show them you're okay.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll show them all right. They're the ones that are mad, not me.
The authorities are all alike. They have to trample on the little people to make themselves feel important.
Oh, you get plenty of uniforms issued without making up your own, Ros.
And this one's going to be different.
I don't like you to be different in here. You're all going to be the same.
We'll see.
I told you you'd be wasting your time, Lizzie.
And it shows how wrong you were, Smith. Do any of you want to learn to type? I thought as much.
I will.
It'll be in your own time, Coulson.
Oh, I don't mind. And, Rosie will be in it too, won't you, Rosie? Well, if you can get a good job, it'll help you get your baby back.
Okay.
What do you say, Bea?
I got better things to do.
No, you wouldn't want to do anything to improve yourself, would you? But then I guess you'll be in here so long, it'd be a waste of my time anyway.
Now, how do you figure that, Vera?
Miss Bennett's going to be the one who's going to teach us, Bea.
Well, now, in that case, you can put my name down, Vera. Don't want you to get stuck with a pack of morons, do we? You'll need a few bright sparks to help you along. What do you say, Pat?
Oh, it's never too late to learn. This is supposed to be a fire drill. Get to the garden quickly and quietly.
Oh, I was just thinking it was about time for a smoke, eh?
Will you hurry up? Not going on a picnic. Get a move on.
The other wings are already in position.
I might have expected this sort of thing from Smith's lot.
Why isn't the alarm connected to the fire station?
It is. But they've warned them it's only a drill, otherwise they'd have men swarming all over us.
Oh, bloody spoil sports.
Lord, Lizzie, you wouldn't know what to do with one if you caught him.
Oh, I got a good memory.
Keep quiet.
If this is your idea of fire drill, then you can think again. I find it neither amusing nor responsible. You can all go back inside, and it will be done again and again until you get it right. Is that clear?
Come on, get going. Oh, Meg, it's my birthday tomorrow, and I was thinking of having a small party if you'd like to come.
Oh, I'm sorry, but I've made other arrangements.
Well, it'll be in the staff room after work. You wouldn't have to stay long.
All right. Thanks. Mrs. Hemmings,
Hello, Karen.
there's someone here who'd like to see you.
Hello? Feels funny.
What does?
I could have lived here.
Doreen, if you like, I could go away and come back in an hour or so.
Oh, no. No, you said you'd stay here.
All right.
What do you reckon I should call her?
Whatever you like. Shall I, Paul?
Yes, please.
Right.
I made them myself.
No, thanks. I don't eat cake.
Well, I'll leave them there in case you change your mind. I've always had a sweet tooth myself. I have a tin full for visitors and usually end up by eating them all myself. Would you like to take a look around?
No, thanks.
How's the typing?
Oh, okay. The machine broke down, but...
And Doreen's going to get it fixed.
Yeah.
Doreen, if you feel like dropping in again, I'd very much like to see you.
Oh, I don't know. Depends on how busy I am, you know. This is real nice cake, Mrs. Hemmings.
Just as long as I can type a letter to Dora, I don't care who takes the class. 3. She'll be tickled pink when she knows that I started it all off. Of course, you've got to know the right people.
Yeah, I'm kind of looking forward to joining Vera's class myself.
You're not going to do anything to ruin it, are you, Bea?
No, I just got to make sure Vera doesn't get out of hand, that's all. Besides, there's a couple other things I've got to keep my eye on.
Did Ros see the governor about her appeal?
Not that I know of.
I wish she'd listen to reason.
I mean, neither of us should be in here, Rosie. Heavens, you should be looking after your own child. It isn't right.
He needs me.
At least you've only got a little while to go. With me, if there was any justice, I wouldn't even be here. We've got a lot in common, you know, Rosie.
Now, is that a fact?
We're having a private conversation.
Don't you try and get too big for your britches with me, love. If there's anything that goes on here that I want to know about...
We're just talking, that's all. I wish you'd stop watching me all the time, Bea. Look, I'm fine. I'm not going to do anything stupid if that's what you're thinking.
Okay, suit yourself. She's up to something, all right. But we'll be able to keep an eye on things, especially now that we're going to improve ourselves.
Morning, Mr. Fletcher.
Miss Bennett,
Just a minute. What are those?
they're typewriters, lady.
But they're ancient.
They'll work okay for what you'll be needing them for.
Haven't you got anything better than that lot?
Look, lady, you pay for what you get. You want the cheapest? You got it. Now, do you mind? These are a bit heavy.
Oh, Mr. Fletcher, I didn't get a chance to see you before you'd left yesterday.
Oh, I wasn't aware that you wanted to see me.
Oh, it wasn't anything important. It was just... Well, I'm having a little party after work today, and I was wondering if you'd like to come. Nothing special. It'll be in the staff room.
Well, what's the occasion?
It's my birthday.
Well, I hope you have a happy day.
Will you come?
Yeah, but I won't be able to stay for very long.
Morning, Sally.
Oh, good
Lizzie, what are you doing here?
I thought I'd give you help with their machines, Mr. Fletcher.
Don't be silly, they're too heavy for you.
If you really want to be useful, you can take the stationery in.
Eh?
The paper, Lizzie. Over there.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, Miss Bennett. By the way, happy birthday.
Thank you.
Did you get any exciting presents?
Oh, well, I didn't really tell anyone it was my birthday. They don't mean very much to me.
I checked with my husband. He doesn't mind if I stay back 5 minutes.
Good.
I thought she was made, not born. Is she having a party?
Oh, just a few drinks in the staff room after work.
Oh.
Hello, Meg.
Morning. Oh, happy birthday.
Thanks.
Well, what have you got in there?
I made a few things last night for the party.
Look, I put down a couple more names for the typing class. Think they could benefit from them?
Latham? Oh, you're out of your mind.
Oh, it'll do her good.
But she's a troublemaker.
Oh, she'll be right.
Since when have you wanted to help her?
Well, I'd appreciate it, Vera.
Oh, look, we haven't ordered enough machines.
Well, Mrs. Davidson said we could borrow a couple from the prison. Anyway, there's bound to be a couple of dropouts after the first class.
Oh, all right. But don't say I didn't warn you.
Well, they're not going to try anything with you taking the classes, Vera.
You.
Come on, you lot. Straighten these desks up. They're meant to be facing the blackboard.
Get away. Come on, Cheryl.
Oh, Vera's taking her time, isn't she?
She probably cut herself a cane.
No, it's a birthday today and she's having a bit of a party after. Probably on the front already.
Oh, I wonder where our invitations are. Oh, so you discovered there are ways of earning a crust other than on your back, huh?
Cut it out, you two. Any trouble out of you, Latham, and you're out.
Yeah.
That goes for you too, Smith.
Oh, all right.
Well, all right, take your places. I'll have you stop acting like a pack of animals. There's typewriters for everyone. You can stay there. Coulson, you take the other one. The rest of you stop pushing and sit down.
Oh, this one over here, then.
Quietly!
How'd you like to have her teaching your kids?
Oh, I'd take them out of school.
Smith, O'Connell, if you want to talk, go outside.
Yes, teacher.
That's enough of that. Now, everyone watch me put the paper in the carriage. There's 2 sheets, 1 for backing.
Oh, just getting the blood flowing.
More than that to get yours flowing again,
Yeah, with
Lizzie.
my little nip or something.
Right, everyone put their paper in.
I missed it. What'd she do?
Oh, it's round the black scissors.
2 pieces, yeah. Oh, there you are. Look, that thing rolls around like that.
Does it?
What at the end? Yeah. Right.
Now, you place 4 fingers of your left hand on ASDF.
ASD.
And 4 fingers of your right
Hey, here it
hand
is, look.
on semicolon LKJ.
What's a semicolon look like?
It's like that.
I said fingers, Lizzie, not thumbs.
Oh, yeah, I've got it.
The thumbs rest on the bar at the bottom of the keyboard. That gives you your spacing. Now try it.
Not much of that.
Oh, stay down there.
And now we're ready to practice. All together. ASDF space semicolon LKJ. And again.
Hey, seeing as it's Vera's birthday, I reckon we ought to give her a present, just to show her how much we really think of her.
J space. And once more. ASDF space semicolon LKJ space. ASDF space semicolon.
It's got to be something we can get together by this afternoon. Any suggestions?
Something that explodes when she opens it.
Oh, come off it. Oh, it's got to be harmless, Bee. Yes, I know. We're just going to have a bit of fun, all right?
I know. Let's wrap Fletcher up and give him to her.
I can just see those two together. Jackboots, leather whips. Oh.
What do you mean?
You're too young, Lizzie.
What's something she'd love to have but can't get? I've already told you. A man.
Wait a minute. You just made me think of something. Didn't Tony McNally have a go at Vera about them knowing the same bloke?
Yeah. And what was his name again? It's on the tip of me tongue. Wait a minute. I know. George something or other.
George, that's it. Well, I wonder if he'd be the kind of bloke that would send her a present.
That's exactly the way a class should behave. You're learning. You'll probably find it easier to practice to music. I'll call out the letters first with the music to give you the general idea. And fingers on the keys. And ready? A, S, D, F, space, semi, L, K, J, space, A, S, D, F, space. What is it, Lizzie?
Aren't you going to look at your present, Miss Bennett?
Yeah, go on, Miss Bennett. Yes, Miss Bennett. Don't be shy. It's your birthday present.
And ready. A, S, D, F, space, semi, L, K, J, space, A, S, D, F, space, semi, L, K, J, space, A. Get out of here! Get her off me! Stop it!
I warned you, Latham.
Just look what you've done.
It's probably my fault. I thought Latham would be all right.
I wish you'd told me first, Mrs. Jackson.
Well, I don't think Latham actually started it. From where I stood, Hudson made the first move.
Apparently Rosie isn't handling things as well as she should be.
I just can't understand what sparked it off.
Well, just having Latham there was enough.
Yes. You'd better make sure that Latham's back in the maternity ward, Mr. Fletcher.
Right.
I want all damages taken out of both women's wages, and I don't want Latham attending any more classes. The typewriting firm will try to send somebody out today to pick up the damaged machines. In the meantime, I want the recreation room put back the way it was.
What's going to happen to the classes?
Do you think it's worthwhile continuing them, Miss Bennett?
In my opinion, they've been a complete waste of time.
I warned the boss not to take on a place like this as a client. I said, you mark my words, those machines will be broken in 24 hours.
We're lucky you could come so quickly.
Yeah, this ought to prove a point to him. 24 hours, I said, and I was right.
Well, accidents will happen.
Yeah. People want to have respect for equipment. All the work I put into it getting
Little schemer, aren't you?
Bea, please don't try and stop me. I've got to get out of here.
And you get a kit to cover for you that's already got a screw loose. You could have driven her right off the deep end, getting her into strife. You know that.
Too hard on her. Please, Bea.
Listen to me, you stupid little idiot. You got any idea what it's like on the run? I know, I've been there.
I can do it, Bea. I was just going to try getting over the fence, but, well, I mean, this fire drill and everything. Look, you've had your chance. You've got to let me have a go. I've got to get out of here.
Okay. Good luck. You're going to need it.
Take these back to reception when you finish, Lizzie.
Oh, and just when I was getting to be real fast.
Ah, this'll have to go back. Looks like it's been dropped. What the hell's that?
Oh, not another drill.
You told there was to be a drill.
All right, then, everybody, out quickly.
This is not a drill.
You mean there's a fire?
Rosie! Don't panic!
I hope this isn't Mrs. Davidson's idea of catching us off guard.
I hope it is.
Everyone out of here?
Sam! Come on, get out. He's got done with him. Oh, Kelly! Rosie!
The police have put out a general alert, but I don't think she'll get far. And I don't want anyone making any statements to the press. I want them all referred to me.
Or should we put the others in their cells?
Well, I don't see the point in that now.
She couldn't have organised this on her own. She must have had help.
How is she?
Well, the sister's with her. Dr. Miller's on his way.
And Hudson?
She's in her cell. I think she's going to need psychiatric help.
I want everyone who had anything to do with Coulson questioned. Somebody must have seen her go, or at least knew what she was doing.
They won't talk.
Probably not, but it's worth a try. She must have told someone her plans. I'm sorry, but I'd appreciate you working back tonight. I don't care how long it takes, but I want you to find out everything you can about her movements and whoever she's been speaking to during the last couple of days.
Yes? I was hoping to catch you before you left, Miss Bennett. Oh, what happened to your party?
It was too late.
Oh, shame Ross breaking out like that. Spoiled everything, didn't it?
What do you want?
I brought you a little present, Miss Bennett. It's fair dinkum. It's all I had left over from the buy-up. Of course, I know you can get much better soap on the outside.
Thank you, Lizzie. There's no alcohol in that, if that's all you came in for.
No. No, it wasn't, Miss Bennett.
It's all right, I'm coming.
I forgot my key.
Good day?
Oh, she stood me up, didn't she? It's what I would have expected from her.
What are you talking about?
Well, she wasn't home. Probably had something better to do than wasting her time with me.
Well, I'm sure she had a good reason.
Yeah, like what? Well, I don't care if there is. I never want to see her again. Ever.
Roz! I had nowhere else to go.
give me roses. I wish he could again, but that was on the outside, and things were different then. On the inside, the sun still shines, and the rain falls down, but the sun and rain are prisoners too. When morning comes around, last night I dreamed we were together, sharing all the love we'd known, till I had to face the nightmare of waking up alone. On the inside, the roses grow. They don't mind the stony ground, but the roses here are prisoners too. When morning comes around.